If you're starting a business this year, one of the first things you're going to need is an EIN number, right? And the good news is that it's completely free. You can apply online and it takes just a few minutes to get. All right, so before we dive into the actual application process, let's just first clear the basics. So what even is an EIN number in the first place? An EIN number is short for Employer Identification Number. An easy way to think of an EIN is it's kind of like the social security number for your business. It's a unique 9-digit number that the IRS uses to identify your business when it comes to taxes or things related to your business. Now, some people think that they need employees and stuff before they can apply for an EIN. But that's not true. An EIN is still used for all kinds of things in a business. For example, opening up a business bank account, applying for different business licenses, filing taxes, and working with vendors or wholesalers for your business if that's relevant. And so let's really quickly talk about some of the basic things that you'll need your EIN for within your business. Number one is a business bank account. Most banks will not let you open a business bank account without having an EIN. And separating your personal money from your business's money is one of the smartest things you can do in business, right? Not only does it keep your books clean, but it also protects you from the IRS if you ever get audited, which I hope you don't. The second reason is for filing taxes. When tax season comes around, your EIN is what you'll use to report your business income. It keeps everything organized with the IRS and it makes sure that you're filing correctly. Number three, if you're hiring employees. If you're a one-person business right now, that's fine, but you might still have plans to grow one day. And if you ever hire someone, even if it's just a contractor who you 1099, you'll still need an EIN for payroll and tax forms. And finally, number four is having an EIN keeps your personal info safe. If you don't have an EIN, you'll end up using your social security number for a lot of different business stuff. And that could potentially open the door to identity theft. With an EIN though, you keep your personal info separate from your business. So even if you're not technically required to have one, it's still a smart move to get one right away. It makes you look more professional, it protects you, and it opens the door for growth within your business. But speaking of requirements, let's talk about who is actually required to have an EIN. So if you are starting an LLC or a corporation, it could be an S Corp or C Corp, or if you're starting a partnership, then you are required to have an EIN. There is no way around it. Now, if you are a sole proprietor, meaning that you are running your business as just you, as just John Doe, then you have no legal entity around your business, right? And so with this situation, you don't technically need an EIN. You could just use your social security number to run the business if you wanted to. But here's the catch with that. Most banks won't let you open up a business bank account without an EIN. So if you want that separation between your personal and business finances, then you should still apply for an EIN, even if you are running your business as a sole proprietor. And so even if you're just freelancing or selling digital products online or running a Shopify store and you're doing it all as yourself, as John Doe, then I would recommend that you still get an EIN. It's free, it makes you look more professional, and it prevents you from having to give out your social security number to vendors or clients to get paid. The way that I look at it personally is that if you are making money under a business name, even if it's just a side hustle, you should go ahead and apply for an EIN. It's completely free and only takes like 5 minutes. All right, so now let's actually go through the process of getting your EIN now. So the first thing you need to know about the EIN, like we talked about, is that it's 100% free. It's completely free. If you see a website trying to charge you for this, close the tab, right? The only place you should be applying for an EIN is the official IRS website. And so, for example, if you were to go into Google and type in free EIN, you'll probably end up seeing some links at the top of the page from services that might look like the official IRS website. But if you click on these links and try to go through the application process, they're probably going to end up selling you the service instead of giving you a free EIN. The official IRS website is simply IRS.gov. And so just type that into your browser and that should take you to the official IRS website. Now, once you are on this website, all you have to do is just go up to the search bar and type in EIN Application. When you do that, you'll see a page that says Get an Employer Identification Number, and that's the page that you want. So go ahead and click on it, then click on the button that says Apply for an EIN, and then click on this button right here that says Begin Application. Now, it's worth mentioning that the application is only only available within certain hours, okay? Even though it's online, I guess their servers are only up during certain periods. And so usually you can apply on weekdays from 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. Eastern, okay? Eastern Standard Time. So if you're applying for an EIN, make sure that you do it during those hours. All right, so the first page of the application is all about choosing your legal structure, right? When you select an option here, the system is going to ask you a follow-up question based on what you picked. So let me just really quickly break down what each of these looks like. If you pick the sole proprietor option, you're gonna get two choices, either a standard sole proprietor or a household employer. Household employer means that you're hiring somebody like a nanny or a housekeeper or a caregiver, right? For most of you watching this video, you're just gonna pick a sole proprietor. If you went with the partnership legal structure here, you'll need to choose between a standard partnership or a joint venture. A joint venture is when two separate businesses link up on a specific project. Next up is corporations. This one has the most sub options of them all. You'll see choices like C corporation, S corporation, personal service corporation, REITs, and a ton of more stuff. Most small businesses don't go this route unless they're setting up a very specific type of company. And so if you're here, you probably already know which one applies to you. Or like in my case, if you want to kind of save money on taxes using certain strategies, then you probably go with an S corp, which is what I have my business set up as. Most of you though will select a LLC or a limited liability company. So if you chose LLC, the system will ask you, first of all, how many members are in your LLC? And then also which state is it located in? Okay, so you'll need to fill both of these out before moving forward. A few other options are trust and then additional types. If you're setting up something outside of the standard categories, like a nonprofit or a church or a political organization or a school, then you'll select those options under additional types. So again, for most people watching this video, you're probably gonna go with either a sole proprietor or an LLC, or some of you might be selecting S Corp under corporations. In this example, let's just say that you selected LLC and then entered in how many members you have. For this example, I'll just enter 1, and then you select your state. And now the system is going to ask, why are you requesting an EIN? The first option is started a new business. This is what most people should select. Then you'll see hired employees if you already have staff. Then you'll see banking purposes. This is if you only need an EIN to open up a business bank account. Then there's change type of organizations. For example, if you are converting your business from a sole proprietor into an LLC, you would have to get a new EIN for that new business entity. Then there's purchased active business. If you bought an existing business from somebody, then you'll need to apply for a new EIN. For this though, most people will just select start a new business, or let's say that you've had your business for a while and you're just now getting around to opening up a business bank account. And in order to do that, you need an EIN. Well, for that example, you would select the banking purposes option. So just choose whatever is relevant to your specific situation right here. Then once you've done that, the next page is all about identifying the responsible party for the business. This just means the main person who's in charge of the business, right? The owner, the managing member, or whoever controls the business's finances. Here's what you'll need to fill out though. First, your social security number or your ITIN number. This is how the IRS verifies your identity. Then your first, middle, and last name, a suffix if you have one. And so for example, junior, senior, if you were like the third, so like Mark Jones the third. Then at the bottom, you'll see a section called your role. Most of you will select the first option that says, I am one of the owners, members, or the managing member of this LLC. The second option is only for people who have hired a third-party service to apply for your EIN on your behalf, which again, I do not recommend. It's a huge waste of money. You can do this for yourself in just a few minutes, completely free, and we're doing it right now, okay? So once all of this is filled out, just click right here on continue to move on to the next page. Next, the IRS will ask for your business's location. This has to be a real physical US address. It can't be like a PO box or virtual business address that you bought online. It has to be a real physical address that they can track down and send you mail to. You'll also need to enter your phone number, and if you want your mail sent somewhere different from your business address, which you listed in the previous field, you'll enter that right here as well. After that, you'll be asked for your business's legal name. If you set up an LLC or a corporation before this step, then this should match your official formation document. You'll also have the option to enter a trade name. This can sometimes be called a DBA or a doing business as name. That's basically just the public facing name that you might use if it's different from your actual legal business name. Just whatever you do, don't add things like LLC or Inc. into this field here. It's not necessary. Then you'll confirm your county and state, select the state where your articles of organization were filed, and then enter the month and year your business started or will start in the future. Once that's done, the system is going to ask you a few questions about special taxes. For example, it'll ask if you own vehicles that require certain filings, if you're involved in gambling, or if you work in ATF, okay? For most small business owners, the answers here will simply be no for all of them. From there, you'll be asked to choose a category that best describes your business. If you're not sure what to select here, then you can just click into the options for more details to learn about what they are. And if none of them fit, then you can just select other and then type in a short description. And so for example, if you're starting an online store selling handmade jewelry, then you might just put something simple like e-commerce or retail. Just keep it short and simple. Next, you'll decide how you want to receive your confirmation letter. If you choose online, then you'll get your EIN instantly as a PDF that you can download right away, right? And that's the option that I would recommend if you want your EIN the fastest. If you prefer mail, the IRS will send it to your address, but it can take up to 4 weeks to get your EIN, and so I would not recommend this route. Finally, you'll see a summary page with all of the information that you just entered. Just make sure that everything is correct, because if there is a mistake, then you'll need to start over from the very top. Once you have double checked everything is good to go, then go ahead and click on submit. And within just a minute or two, or sometimes even instantly, your EIN number will be issued to your business. What you'll want to do here is download the confirmation letter, save it in a safe spot. I would recommend some type of folder that's in a cloud storage or something. And you could also print a copy of this as well and store it somewhere safe. And that's it. You now officially have an EIN for your business. And now that you've got your EIN, you're ready to take the next steps into setting up your business. You can open up a business bank account, register your taxes, and start building your business the right way from day one. Also, if there is a tutorial that you want me to make in the future on this channel, check out the content request form in the description below and just let me know what you want to see in the future. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you again in the next one.